Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. It's an immense honor to be here today. My name is Jacquelyn Rodriguez, and I'm a technical sergeant in the United States Air Force Reserve. And I'm also the CEO of the Jack Morenberg Foundation, which is a scholarship foundation for children pursuing careers as first responders. So the fight against cancer is why we're here today. It's what brings us all together. Whether you're fighting yourself, you're fighting as a survivor, a caregiver, or in remembrance, the fight is our common thread. And it's that common thread that brings us together in determination, motivation, and most importantly, it gives us hope. But I'm here today to tell you a story of perseverance. My father, Jack Morenberg, he served over 30 years in the military. He first started out in the Navy during Vietnam, and then he went to the Army National Guard as an aerial scout for over 2 decades. He also served here locally as a homicide detective for Colton Police Department. He served Colton again for almost 30 years. He was known for his tenacity to try and solve every case. He knew he had to be the voice of the victim that could no longer speak, and he had to share their story, and he took that task very seriously. How many of you are here today to share a story for somebody who can no longer speak? We're going to continue that fight, am I right?
Yep.
Perseverance, by definition, is a continued course of action without regard to discouragement and despite difficulty. So for years, in addition to my dad's detective work, he'd volunteer for many cancer fundraisers here in Colton, including this very Relay for Life. For years, what he didn't do is tell anybody he lost both his parents to cancer. And the last time he worked this event, he never told anybody that he himself had begun the battle for his life. Because in his service to his community, he would persevere. He beat cancer the first time. He went back to work. He got back on his Harley Davidsons, and he walked me down the aisle. But he didn't beat it the second time. And tomorrow marks the 2-year anniversary of his death. So when I was asked to be here today, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I hesitated for a second, because these things are very emotional, and emotions really suck. But if there's any veterans here, anybody in the military, I guarantee you, you know one of the first things you learn is to embrace the suck, right? So additionally, when I found out that that this event was happening over this weekend, I knew my dad was sending me a very clear message. And that was to continue on his work, to be his voice, and to tell his story just like he did for so many people, and just like so many of you are here to do today. So each of you has your own stories of discouragement, difficulties, but you also have triumphs, and you also have courage. And I know within each of you is a fight. Within every team that's here today, there's a fight. And every step that we take out today on that track, we're gonna tell cancer, we will not give up. We will not quit. With every obstacle that comes our way, we will not quit. With every challenge we accept, we will not quit, and it's not just for the next 24 hours, am I right? It is for as long as it takes. We will persevere. We will continue the fight. Are you with me?
Yes.
Cancer cannot and it will not have the final word. So together, in the spirit of my dad, and in the spirit of so many others that should be here today, but they're in our hearts, we're going to continue the fight. We're never gonna quit, and we will persevere. Thank you for having me. This was for my dad. I'll see you out on the track.